After MK defeated ANC in what we can call it the battle between the logo and the name MK, which the High Court in Pietermaritzburg ruled in favor of MK political party, we can safely say it is 3-0 score. Though that's the current score, at least as of now as we stand. Fikile Mbalula, representing ANC, he has taken some jabs towards the MK party, something that I thought it is worth of our attention, and so I am going to have to give you exactly what Fikile Mbalula has got to say. Now, one of the things that Fikile Mbalula, Secretary General, ANC Secretary General, claims that Umkhonto weSizwe party was formed to disrupt the governing party campaign ahead of May 29 election. So, in other words, MK political party was just formed to be a disruption to ANC. Look, when you say that, you are simply saying that MK political party does not have their own standing, right? Does not have their own values of their own. They are just there to disrupt ANC, and that's it. I don't know. We can find some words to qualify that. I don't know. Mbalula addressing the media on Monday, hours after the court ruled in favor of Umkhonto weSizwe party, allowing it to continue using the name and the logo of the ANC disbanded military wing. The governing party accused the MK party for violating the Trademark Act by using the name and the logo similar to that of the ANC disbanded military wing. Fikile Mbalula says the MK stole the party's trademark and symbol and heritage. Right? Right. So I want us to have a bit of a discussion about this. But before we have that discussion, I put it to you that you do the following. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying? We'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay, so I am going to play you the video of Fikile Mbalula saying whatever he was saying. But before I do so, he added, according to the ANC, MK party has no intentions of governing but to disrupt. In other words, they just don't have a vision of their own to govern this country. They are angry. They are out there just to make sure that ANC doesn't govern the country. Because when you say disrupt, but they have no intentions of governing the country, that is exactly what you are saying. He continues to say, it is disguised as a radical form of things to happen. Look, and that Ramaphosa and the ANC have not done. Let me repeat this one. He says, talking about the MK part. Wait, let's start here. I jumped something. Uti. This is not a political party. It is a project meant to distract the ANC, not for many other purposes, but for Zuma's interest. It is disguised as radical form of things to happen that Ramaphosa and the ANC has not done. Right? Let me finish here, then I'll give you this video. This organization has become better, and it is going to become even better, healthier going forward. Talking about the ANC becoming better. ANC becoming better. Guys, I don't know. Some people have got the wrong definition of better. Corruption. criminality. Come on. This okay. In terms of policy direction, certainty, adding people with people with integrity. Yar, Fikile, manangan. And what is Utigan in terms of adding people with integrity? That is what we're going to look. That is what is going to happen with the ANC going forward, because ANC has adopted the Renewal program. Gusho Fikile Mbalula. Now take a look at what Fikile Mbalula in this following video has got to say, describing EMK party, describing ANC, what they meant to do, what they are not meant to do. Take a look at this.
Months ago, it's a different ball game together. We're talking about a person who leads a party, who have established a party, and who leads it against the ANC in this election. And that is it. The question of agency and all of that will be argued in the context of the appeal and what the judge has actually said. Those matters are noted by our legal team, including the entire judgment, and then they will respond accordingly to that. But firmly, we are clear that this judgment, there are bases to take it on, and that is what we're going to do. And politically, we have said, as I've said in Durban, that we're defending the legacy of the ANC and the liberation struggle, and that's what we're doing. So we're not going to let this go, and that is it. It's not about the party participating in the election. Jacob Zuma is already on the ballot in terms of the MK party. The issue for us has not been about him participating, has been him participating using our trademark, which is Umkhonto weSizwe. That's it. That has been an issue. Now, where the judge gets it wrong is when he compares and says there will be no confusion between the ANC logo and the MK. That's not the issue. The question is, this is our trademark. It belongs to us. And that we will not allow it to be used. If you talk about Umkhonto weSizwe in South Africa, even to a child, it resonates with the struggle for liberation as led by the African National Congress. And that is the point. So the question of agency and all of those will then be attended in that context of the appeal. The recordings, we don't respond to that, because when you are in a meeting and there is mischief, people recording meetings and all of that, people, when they are in a meeting, they speak their mind. And that does not become the position necessarily of the ANC. If I'm the SG, I present to the meeting. I don't present an ANC position. It's a meeting. So when people invade that space, either by members of ANC by extension, who are mischievous, undermining their party, or otherwise, others intercepting ANC meetings, which is illegal. If the ANC was going to make it its business to intercept meetings of political parties, you will be accusing us of using state resources against our opponents. I've got no doubt. If I can stand here in public and say I've got a recording of the DA, the first question you're going to ask, what business you've got to record your opponents as a political party? And you go around flouting it, writing about it, it is leaked, and all of that, and you don't even speak about its illegality. You speak about the fact that here's the recording of the ANC meeting, you celebrate it, it is leaked, we don't know by who, and then you don't speak about interception, because that was a recorded meeting of Zoom. You talk about leaked. So if you talk about leak, what is the difference between leak and interception? Because the meeting was on a digital platform. And from where I'm seated, it looks like somebody was intercepting our conversation. And this conversation is simple. We are preparing for an election. And in preparing for an election, you do what all other political parties do. You would have had a point if ever we were plotting the demise of others through illegal means in our meeting. We didn't. we mind our business. And the interpretation of what we say in that meeting and what an individual says in that particular meeting is their interpretation. It's not a resolution of the ANC up until I come here and I pronounce it as a resolution of the meeting. Because what you pronounce in the meeting, or what Mahlendi says or what I say, it is not alpha and omega. It's not a decision of the meeting. I can be called to brief meetings like it happens all the time. I call these individuals. It's not an ANC position. Now, you are asking us about the leaked recording, which has actually been circulated. I heard one political party leader says, I was listening to the ANC recording. You never took him on about it. Where did you get it? You laughed because it's not the ANC. It's fine for an opposition leader to tell you that he's got ANC recordings of another political party. The media of South Africa doesn't question that. If I can stand in this platform and say I've got recordings of people, what they are plotting and all of that, is their business. The ANC must mind its business to win an election free and fair. We live in a democratic state. You know, in this country, we come from a period where state institutions were used, and it was alleged they are actually being used in political affairs. We come from there. And we took a stand that never again will that be allowed under our watch. Worst of all, rogue elements taking chances, recording or intercepting political forums. We'll catch them. We don't have the means. We'll ask the state, because you are interfering with our freedom. We'll ask the state that we seek protection because we don't have illegal means. We're liberated. We fought for freedom. Our rights are enshrined in the Bill of Rights, like all political parties. If somebody sit with you as a journalist and give you a download of our meeting, it's not your problem. It's a problem of that individual and his integrity and his political consciousness, that that person have decided to become a double agent. As a leader, he has denigrated himself or herself to work for the opposition. He has basically lost all integrity. And that is it. It's not the problem of the journalist. If you've got police and sleepers in the ANC, it's a problem of ANC leaders. You know, the other day, they leaked the ANC list. And then already it was said that, hey, ANC, I was having that list for a period, for the longest of time. It never leaked. I gave it to IEC, it leaked. You know how? Somebody working for the IEC leaked that information everywhere else, not to the press. And then I got questions. And then I said, I didn't leak any list. And IEC admitted, because it's an integrity. It leaked from our sources, they made follow-up, and that person was extricated from the IEC. The same here, it's an unethical conduct if anybody in the ANC can do that. And it is unethical, it is unlawful to intercept meetings, and you expect us to spend a weekend answering leaked information. And then we must answer that we had a meeting through Zoom discussing elections, and then you've got the leaked or intercepted information. Hey, what do you mean? Because you will misinterpret that, my brother, definitely, because you will misinterpret.
Okay, you know, when you talk about integrity, I don't know, me, I think integrity is a person that cannot steal, it's a person that cannot kill people, is a person that cannot, is a person that does things by the book and does things, you know what I'm saying, not only by the book, by the way, but when you talk about integrity, to me, you are talking about a person of that sort. And then Fikile Mbalula speaks about the fact that the ANC is in the process of renewal. Right. Now, the thing is that you shouldn't have used the word integrity, and you should look, not interchangeably, but almost relative to the word renewal. That's how he used the word. My problem with that is, this is my problem, right? If you are going to say that, you are adding people with integrity. Integrity is not a theoretical term, but integrity is a practicality of it's something that is practical. It's a verb, right? If you want to tell me that Ramaphosa has got integrity, don't tell me that Ramaphosa has got integrity. Show me that Ramaphosa has got integrity. You can't tell me that Ramaphosa has got integrity and is dealing with corruption when he is dealing with corruption done by people who are not on his side. Then it's corruption. Then it means that we are redefining corruption. We are redefining even the word then integrity, because then your focus is not necessarily driven by the actual crime. It's driven by who is committing the crime. And then you can't say then we are fair and free. No, there's nothing fair about a person who only prosecute people who are not in support of him. There's no integrity there. And in fact, if you are talking about integrity, there are a lot of things that comes into mind. One of them that I need to talk about, because we are talking about integrity. He spoke about integrity. So because he spoke about integrity, I might as well ask this following question. You manipulate systems, we saw it, right? When it comes to Phala. You never wanted to be charged. You avoided being charged because it's a policy that was implemented by you. You ran away from being charged. And then, you talk about integrity here. You ran away from being charged. You dismiss people you remove the public protector who was holding you accountable. Anybody in this institution, even the Chapter 9 institution, right? Anybody that is intending to hold Ramaphosa accountable, those people do not last in their position. Then you are telling me that there is integrity. You are bringing people with integrity, unless otherwise we don't understand the word integrity. But unfortunately, some of us, we do understand the word integrity. We know what the word integrity means, right? The next thing you are saying, the next thing that you need to look, you need to say, if you're talking about integrity, we will understand and accept that you're talking about integrity, but you will have to tell us, where was integrity when people who stole from Ramaphosa, that Phala firm, got assaulted? Why? Why, if this man has got integrity, why beating and assaulting the people that stole from him, right? I'm just saying, we are talking about integrity here. If we are talking about integrity as they want us to believe that they've got integrity, which I don't believe. I believe just that's a nonsense thing, never exists, and you should just forget about it. And then let's also focus on this one as well. He spoke about renewal. When you are renewing something, in fact, before we get to renewal, right? We're just talking about integrity here. 500 billion got lost during COVID-19 under look at these people with integrity. Today, none of them have ever accounted. We know that there are some who got, there are some who were arrested under the PEE or PPE. Yeah, PPE. I think it's PPE. Right? We know that there are people who just got but we know for a fact, as a matter of fact, that there are people who has not yet accounted, including the leader himself. If you are saying that, give an example, if you are saying that Jacob Zuma must account of things that happen under his leadership, right? Everything. Then when are you going to bring Ramaphosa to account for things that have happened under his leadership? You are talking about integrity here. Sometimes, guys, we get carried away by by terms that are meaningless. For instance, you get carried away by the term New Dawn. You know what I'm saying? There's no integrity there. There's just corruption is worse. Guys, if you think I'm joking, there were articles and articles that were written about that. I don't know if I can see some of them. Let me try and see if I can find some of them. There were articles and articles that were written about corruption under Ramaphosa. It has been said that corruption under Ramaphosa has skyrocketed. Understand? Let me see if I can find one article so far. I just want to see if I can find this article, because I've saved some of those articles that talks about corruption under Ramaphosa. It says that corruption under Ramaphosa is worse than the period of Jacob Zuma. But then there's somebody that, oh yes, I see it. I see it. Now, there was an article that was released on the 3rd of January 2024. It says Bianca Nickling, right? Bianca Nickling, 30th of March. It says, just type there, it says, corruption in South Africa now worse than under Jacob Zuma. Then then you have a person coming to us telling us that they are bringing people with integrity. There has not been Ramaphosa has never accounted for the 500 billion that got stolen. We don't even know, even today, he has never accounted. So you can't talk to me about, when you mention the word Ramaphosa and the word integrity, those two words cannot coexist, because the man himself does not have integrity. Neither does he loves integrity. Now, this is my problem with politicians. They often think that we are just these dumb people who doesn't see things for what they are. No, we see things for what they are, right? Okay, I'm just checking some of the articles here, because I have more than one articles that we're talking about the situation of South Africa, right? And then let me also tell you something that it might not sit well, right? It might not sit well with you, right? Guys, do you know that? Guys, okay, let's leave this one. I see these articles here. Let's leave these articles. Guys, we can't have people lying to us. The ANC is not... If you're looking at the ANC moral compass and then you're trying to measure them, the arrow wouldn't even be straight like this. So far, in terms of when you measure their moral compass, it's not even straight like this. It's like this. When it's like this, it means that the morals are going down instead of at least maintaining it. Because you can't have articles here proving to you that corruption is worse than before. And then you're telling me that you are bringing people with integrity. What is the definition of integrity then? What is integrity to begin with? Maybe that's the first thing that we need to understand. What is integrity, guys, means, no, look, one of them, let me give a practical example. That is to say, you're not raping. This word rape, guys, a lot of people think that a person who can only rape is a male. And we need to talk more about this. There are stories of men who were raped by their sisters or aunties, in fact, most of the time. Go and check that. It's just that the media is shining a spotlight on men raping women. But there's a huge number of men, young men raped by aunties. You would be shocked. Go get those numbers. You'll be shocked. Integrity means you're not found in something like that. Integrity means you don't steal. Integrity means you know what I'm saying. You distance yourself from anything that is corrupt, anything that is morally you know what I'm saying, disagreeable. You distance yourself. That includes corruption. You distance yourself from corruption. You can't tell me that people who are corrupt, they now can talk to us about morality and everything. I will never listen to any conversation about that. You are corrupt, right? The other thing that I want us to talk about is the fact that he's mentioning this, that ANC, they are going through a process called a renewal. When you are renewing something, guys, I don't know if you know, when you are renewing something, you are removing the old so that you can bring the new, right? That's the actual definition of the word renewal. So what are you renewing, right? If you are saying the ANC is in the renewal process, we must then find leaders that are exemplary in terms of renewing something. Also, in other words, you must be bringing something new. So let's look at this from just two ways, right? Number one, let's say it's a renewal of morals, right? We are renewing our morals. We are bringing people who've got morals. We are bringing people with values. You know what I'm saying? We will say, okay, we will understand that. So let's then look at the people who are within the ANC and ask ourselves this question. If you are saying we are in the process of renewal, then that means we have people who've got good morals. Just go and check all the people who are at the who are currently or who have been brought by who have been added by ANC, and tell me if they've got those morals that the others don't have. That's the first thing to look at. Renewal, right? Renewal also might means renewing your visions, going back to your root and finding things that are relevant. I'm saying you are talking to the same ANC today, you are listening to them campaigning. There's nothing new that you hear. You are always hearing lies and they are talking about renewal. The other thing, to give an example about this, guys, you know, these politicians, they think they are the only ones who are smarter than us. And that's my problem. So, think about this, guys. If they say, for instance, they are bringing a renewal, as they want to call it. It's a renewal. So ANC goes and promise people of Alexandra 1 million houses. And then years pass by, nothing is done to that. Today, look, later on, Fikile Mbalula is called to look by JJ Tabane. He's there being asked about those things. He denies a plain lie. He blatantly lie and say that was a figmentation of something. So if you are saying the ANC is renewing, when are we going to change you? Because multiple times we have found you lying. If we're talking about renewal, we must remove you and bring people who will not lie, because you are a proven liar. If you think I'm joking about this concept of him being a proven liar, let's go a little bit further. I want to show you something here. ANC, it is December. We are going towards December time. December 2023. They made these vows. Ramaphosa is heard saying that there's not going to be load shedding in this country. Blah, 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 blah. Same Fikile Mbalula was on JJ Tabane's show, was heard saying there will never be there will never be load shedding in this country. Load shedding is going to be the thing of the past. Even JJ Tabane had to ask this question, are you saying load shedding is going to be the thing of the past? He's saying yes, load shedding is now a thing of the past. We are done and dusted with load shedding. January 2024, load shedding back to stage 6. And then ANC gathered and they get asked this question. You said that load shedding was going to be the thing of the past. It's the same Fikile Mbalula has never acknowledged his fault. He said that, you know what, people are misquoting me, people are saying this, I'm not going to talk. Instead of saying, listen, I made a mistake here, there are things that we overlooked. That same man is in the very same new ANC. He's there in the new ANC. Guys, come on, don't be fooled. That man has never repented for lying. That now he's talking to us, he's telling us about integrity. That's the first thing. That man has never repented for lying. He's got no business talking about integrity, because he himself, when you weigh him against his own words, he will be found wanting. He does not have integrity himself. That's number one. Number two, the very same person here in question, right? If he talks about renewal, that means we must be saying we need a Secretary General of the ANC that will not lie to the people, that will tell the people the truth. And if we're talking about new, we must then bring people who are new. But we can't have him as the secretary. That we can't, because he's a proven liar. What is new? Guys, come on, don't be fooled by politicians. They may make long speeches and everything, but don't be fooled by politicians. Then again, the thing that brought us here is the arguments that they are having, that they are going to take the MK party because they are fighting for legacy. To them, it's not just. They are saying it's not just what is this thing? They are saying it's not just a matter of logo, it's heritage. Then you're going to ask yourself a question: if it was a matter of legacy, if it was a matter of heritage, if it was a matter of, if it was that important to you, disbanding this whole thing. Today, it has become important. That is where you see people's hypocrisy being exposed here. And I will show you this. You are willing to spend millions in court in defending of this legacy, but you disbanding this legacy. How much of a hypocrite you must be to preach this and then go practice that, right? Why don't you take the very same money that you are using in court to defend this heritage and legacy of the ANC? Why don't you take that money and advance the cause of this country? Because the cause that you are advancing now is not the cause of this country, it's your selfish ambitions as the party. It has got nothing to do with the citizens of this country. It has got nothing to do with ending load shedding. It has got nothing to do with with job opportunities in this country. It has got nothing to do with this crime, right? And I keep referring you guys to this, that do you know that a crime in South Africa, it has been said that 9 out of 10 people that commits murder in this country, only 1 will be prosecuted. The rest will go unprosecuted. So you have people that are wasting millions in hiring top lawyers to come and defend their legacy, but they can't take that money, invest it in the cause of people, because they claim to love people. They claim to care about people. They claim that they claim this and this and this about people, but their action says the opposite. I don't know if you have noticed that. Their actions preach the opposite. We look at them telling us all these lies. The problem is we wouldn't have come to a point where we disbelieve them, but they've taught us that they are never reliable people. So I find it very strange that all these things are not done. You are diverting funds in fighting for your legacy, but you're not willing to invest in the cause of people. You are not willing to advance the cause of people, but you want the very same people to vote for you. And people shame, they are going to vote for these people. Look at the criminal system. For instance, go into the Mayiwa case and just look at how things are happening in the Mayiwa case. Just analyze things in the Mayiwa case and tell me if you will agree with the things that are happening there. I'll give an example about it. Police in the Mayiwa case taught us something, that they rely on a true caller for that, and you'll have to ask yourself a question. Shouldn't South African Police Service have their own systems, not even one, systems in place where they develop their own systems where they can track a call, right? And prove its identity. Once they are proven the identity of the owner of that cell phone and everything, then they can then get the content. Today, in the case of Senzo Mayiwa, in the Senzo Mayiwa case, we are being told about this person called so and so, this person called so and so, without the content of what they were saying to each other. Right? What if we had known what they said to each other today? What if what if as a country we would have believed that these people indeed they have done something wrong? The point I'm making here is the South African Police Service has proven time and again in that court that they don't have the necessary resources to fight crime in this country, because they depend on true callers, right? It is funny. I'll give an example about this one. It is funny, in the very same case of Senzo Mayiwa, we were told that they couldn't unlock Ntanzi's phone. Guess why they couldn't unlock Ntanzi's phone, who is accused number 2 in that case? They couldn't unlock Ntanzi's phone simply because of this. Simply because of this. That phone had a pattern. You take that phone, you give it to the guys, Amakulala, they will easily open that phone, right? They wouldn't fail. But South African Police Service does not have a system that is already available in the black market. A system that these people can open a phone for you and get the information. You just give them 100. The last time I checked, and when I asked, they said it was around. They said it was around how much? 150 or so. They will open a smartphone for you. So in the black market, you can easily open a smartphone. But there is a police system that can't. Why? Because there's no political intention. There's no political will. These politicians does not have the intentions of building this country. of making sure that the systems that we are using in fighting crimes are well advanced. They rather take all these monies and chow it to themselves, and you still want to vote for those people who have got the proven track record of chowing money and eating money to the best of their ability. And that's at least what we have already seen so far, is that they are capable of chowing the money, and they are capable of eating to the best of their ability, right? Things are dilapidating in this country. It is only now that they decided that, okay, it's voting time. We're not going to take load shedding. Now, that's why we are celebrating an unkept electricity. But I'm telling you, come 29 May, we are back to stage 6. I'm telling you, come 29 May, you vote ANC, we are back to stage 6. And then I saw now ANC celebrating that they've brought back trains, right? I'm just talking about people with integrity here. People who want to talk to us about integrity as if they have one, right? They've been lying broad daylight and we can see them, right? Now I saw them bringing these new trains, and look at the timing. When they bring these trains? They bring these trains, I think it was the week of the 15th of April, that week. They bring this train, you know what I'm saying? They are now bringing the trains back. Where were you all along? Where were you? Where were you all along? You were not there. What if even these trains are brought back temporarily? What happened to the people that were selling the tickets? They lost their jobs, right? What happened to the people who were drivers of those trains? They lost their job, right? What happened to all the people who were selling on those trains? They couldn't sell anymore, right? So when you collapse the train or the metro rail and the Transnet thing, you did not just collapse an institution that was bringing money to the government, but you destroyed people's economy. People were making money by selling them. So when are you going to account for that? There are many things that I can talk about in this video. The thing is, what upsets me is the fact that there is a person that speaks about integrity. They have integrity. Whereas I can bring many videos of the man himself talking about integrity. A lot of contradiction in his own speech, a lot of contradictions. But this man wants us to engage on the issues of integrity. And I'm saying to myself, who? Everybody else can talk about integrity, but not you. Everybody else can say whatever they want to say, but not you. Ramaphosa can talk about anybody. We wouldn't mind to have a person talking to us about renewal, new dawn, but not Ramaphosa. He's not the right person. We ask simple questions. What have you done for this country? GDP in this country, it is growing at about at a ratio of 1%. To his predecessor, Jacob Zuma, GDP was growing at about 5%. You are telling me about a new dawn. A new dawn is supposed to be better. Guys, come on. There are things here. I don't want you to be fooled, and that's the thing. And I'm very jealous of you. I don't want you to be fooled by these people who wants to look smart on you because they've got platforms that they can use to perpetuate their propaganda. That's a propaganda, guys. We can only be free. We can only celebrate people who are doing something in this country. Let me close this by saying this is what I've seen about during COVID-19. Comrade will remember that there was food distribution, food parcels, right, that were being distributed in this country. I saw Comrade, right? I saw them with my own naked eyes. There were people who wouldn't even take for go into the queue. They wouldn't. What they will do, they will sit at home. And then, or when the food parcels were ready, a comrade will call and say, "Listen, the food parcel is ready." And then this comrade will prepare food parcels for the other comrade at home, and that person will only come and collect the food when it is ready. I saw things being put on people's cars, and then you see these cars moving, coming back empty. You know what I'm saying? Loading things and leaving. Comrade, right? Guys, I'm not sure. You know, when you talk about renewal, I saw people eating things and making sure that they make you feel that if you're not part and parcel of this organization, you're not getting anything. Not long ago, there was an audio of a lady that was talking about the fact that you can't get tenders, you can't get things if you're not members of the ANC. They will ask you straight that, are you a member of the ANC? And you said no. They were like, thank you very much. We can't help you. You are not one of us. And that's true. You are not one of them. They will never help you because you are not one of them. And it's a fact. If you want to try a tender, go join the ANC. But if you don't want a tender, do not join the ANC because they're not going to make you, you're not going to get that tender. Forget about it. Forget and smile, right? So, talking about renewal, talking about integrity, those two things should mean that when you get into power, you should know it's not about your organization, but it's about the people. So, if you're talking about renewal, remove all those things. If you remove all those things, that's the day I will believe that indeed I can trust that you are talking about renewal. Other than that, it's not renewal, it's something else. It has got nothing to do with people, it has all to do with your selfish desires.